Question 1. From Dave Tandy, from when we used to be audio only, Rob.
And he won't hear this.
He won't hear this because he doesn't do YouTube.
He doesn't do YouTube, he's still audio only. Didn't realise how squinty I was until now. Look at this.
Alex Jones and Matt Baker have stolen a van and driven it into the sea.
Okay.
Who
Contrived as ever. Amazing.
If this is the first time you've ever seen Left of the Podium, well, it's the first time anyone's seen Left of the Podium. It's the first time
the bunker looks like a front room, doesn't it?
If this is the first time you've experienced Left of the Podium, then a lot of these questions are contrived. Alex Jones and Matt Baker have stolen a van and driven it into the sea. Who would be your fourth choice pairing to replace them as presenters of the One Show? Who would it be, Rob? In the sea, Rob.
I said this today.
Who knew Alex Jones was a woman?
I did.
I didn't.
I did, yeah. I have occasionally eaten food whilst it has been on in the background. I don't really watch broadcast TV anymore.
This was the problem. I really struggled with this.
Did you?
Because other than Have I Got News For You and the very occasional episode of Match of the Day, I don't watch TV.
And News Night. Question Time.
No, I'm banned from watching Question Time.
Makes you so angry.
Just way too many TVs get smashed up.
Right. Here's the thing. Quite a lot of that question is unnecessary. You know that whole jump out of a plane,
Yeah.
land on a thing, what's the worst thing you can land on? Question. That had this whole preamble about not having a parachute and there being some sort of incident where you tumbled out of an open door. This is one of them. The actual question amounts to who's the best pair to host the Jumbled Incongruous
No, it's
magazine
not
show?
Rob. It's who's the fourth best pair.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. This is episode 1. Nobody knows. This is what it's all about. Look, if we don't tell them that this is volume 2, essentially, what we could do is just act like we've never done it before either, and then we can get away with it being a bit shit. Can we say shit on YouTube?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Shit. Right. So what I think is important to remember that is the content of the show, which if you've never seen it, it is a jumbled magazine show that veers wildly between some twee thing about string to something like deeply unsettling about something somebody remembered about the Holocaust or something. It's this weird sort of jumbled mishmash. And what is one of the best things ever is watching American guests trying to figure out what is happening. What is this? What is happening? It's so great. And then they get the wildlife guy in, and they get the. So basically, number one, who could host a jumbled up magazine show, incongruous in all of its facets? Anyone could, because if anything, life has taught me that life, like life, the show swings wildly between light-hearted, serious, educational, nonsensical, and all the while you've got to maintain some kind of respectable smile, just to pretend that everything's okay. And if that doesn't sound like life and skills that we've all acquired just from being a person, I don't know what is. So
have a point there.
So first of all, anyone, which kind of makes the rest of the list a bit of a mockery. But
no, I haven't gone for that at all. Because I've only watched a couple of episodes of it, and I thought it was banal, right? But it was inoffensive banality.
Yeah,
it was banal, like David Coulthard is banal on the Formula One, but it wasn't offensively banal like Adrian Childs,
who used to host the One Show.
Exactly. And doesn't anymore because they've learnt their lesson.
No, because he was getting demanding in his cash.
So,
he thought you can't get this amount of banality without a price, and that price is this many.
But you say everyone, it can't be someone awesome. It can't be like Claire Balding. Claire Balding's awesome. She couldn't present the One Show because she'd be too good.
She could. She totally could.
No, you couldn't. She's awesome, Claire Balding. So I've kind of gone for those two things. It's either you stick with the kind of banality,
or you try and spice it up,
or you just go completely. So do you do Des Lynam and Carol Vorderman, or
is that right?
or do you do John Lydon and Katie Hopkins?
So you don't think Des Lynam would make for a fun host? Is he dead?
I don't know. It's 2016.
He probably is dead.
When this goes out, it's 2017. But when we're recording, it's 2016.
He probably is dead. He probably is.
If not, he's only got a few days and he should be all right. But
People will carry on dying in the future, Dave.
they
will.
So yeah, you know, I think Des Lydon's banal. He's not offensively banal. He just, you know what you're getting, and you're not going to get overly excited by it. So Carol Vorderman, you know what you're getting, you're not going to get overly excited by it. But John Lydon and Katie Hopkins, imagine that. It wouldn't last very long, but it'd be
I
just
can't
be awesome.
think of anything worse than her.
Oh no, she's a horrible human being.
And he, I think, occasionally is a bit too smug in his cult figure status.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's less actually sort of doesn't give a monkeys. Can I say monkeys? You know, he's less that guy and more. It's all a bit schoolboy now, and I don't really. He doesn't seem dangerous to me.
I'm just throwing them out as options.
I know that.
Stop being so critical.
I'm just. Well, hang on. This is a conversation. This is a discourse, Dave. Back and forth. After breaking the question with the fact that anybody could do it, I also started. I went straight down the pun come wordplay come homophone route, and decided that a good pairing would be Gok and horror director James Wan. The Wan Show. They could host it. It'd be great. It'd be the Wan Show, or the Queen and Prince Philip. The One Show. Only whoever was speaking, it'd be their show. This is the One's show. The one show.
I did think, moving away from my original ideas, maybe the Wachowskis.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, ever since The Matrix, pretty much everything they've done has been fairly banal. But you imagine if you have the Wachowskis presenting a BBC show, how many gender boxes that could fill on equality forms.
Oh, okay, yeah, they'd be ticking all boxes.
It would mean the BBC could spend the rest of their estate just being presented by white middle class people. Hang on.
Snuck it in there. Stuck a little bit in there. Which actually brings me to my next contrived answer, which is that the One Show should be presented by Conor McLeod and Neo. And Jet Li from that film, the name of which escapes me.
I hadn't thought of that. There was also a really, really bad British film called Number One.
Yeah, was it?
With Bob Geldof in. Really bad film.
What was it about?
Bob Geldof was a snooker player. Honestly.
Was it a rags to riches achieving your dreams?
No, it was a gangster film.
Oh, all right. Okay. Fair enough. James Hetfield and Bono. Because they used to one.
Yeah.
Probably.
What's your fourth?
Well,
or have you got loads?
I've got more. I've got a couple more.
I've just seen a note on his piece of paper.
What here? Brunettes with accents. No, but we've done Irish.
I didn't see brunettes with accents.
We've done Welsh. So we need a Scottish brunette, or I'm an inoffensive man.
Why have you got some Python? Ring through it.
Right, that's it. It was a good run. I was thinking that in much the same way as not just anybody, but like people who are used to a quickly changing format would be, some people who are involved in a sketch show. So you could have like Frenchie Saunders could present it. You could have like people from the Fast Show. The fact that the tone shifted wildly, and that sometimes it's a bit dark, sometimes it's very, very silly. That could work, and they'd be used to telly, and it'd be fine. Or the Pythons, the Monty Pythons.
The Monty Pythons.
They're used to the sort of weird. And then separately as another answer, I put some actual Pythons, because for all the difference it'd make, the people could just come in and say, I've got this book. And also, here's some voles. And then they could say, there's a craft show happening. Here's somebody who relates very tangentially to a news story, doing a silly voice and all that sort of stuff. So you could just have some Pythons slithering around the studio whilst people come in and say their thing.
Eating guests.
Eating guests.
They could literally wrap themselves around guests and eat them.
Oh, you're still on me. Sorry, I thought you were saying this is my suggestion. Eating guests.
No. The pythons.
The pythons could eat the guests.
Yeah.
Are we still on about the actual animal python?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe John Cleese.
John Cleese. He's got the look of a cannibal about him. So you asked the question, so I've got to answer. And my fourth choice, it's a little bit self-serving, not going to lie to you. It's us. We could.
No way!
We could. I'll tell you for why. Because we've branched out into telly. And also, I could do the cash.
Also, we're quite banal.
Yeah.
I've got that as well.
Have you? Is that your fourth?
It's my fourth.
Amazing.
You imagine, right?
What are the chances?
No, you imagine, right? The theme tune for the one show's played. Don't, because YouTube will probably stop us monetising the advert, monetising the video now.
I did less than.
It doesn't matter.
Does it not? Okay.
So the camera's
going to give us any money for this.
The camera's sort of tracking in, and the music's playing, right? And then it cuts to us, and we're on the sofa, yeah? And it just goes, on this episode of The One Show, I'll be interviewing the lead singer of popular beat combo The Saturdays. And Rob will be speaking to Rod Harrison, founder of the Hambridge Cheese Market, where this year they have 5 cheeses.
5 cheeses.
Stay tuned for that. Roll VT.
Piece of piss.
I'm sending that off as a video CV, I am.
Don't you think the BBC...
That was awesome.
Don't you think the BBC... Oh, I was saying you look pretty, didn't I? Which one am I? Am I Matt Baker? Right, so, yeah. Well, there we go, then.
Okay, that's our first one done then. So,
I'm a little dubious as to how we've managed to achieve an accord on our first ever question.
I know.
Although, I'll tell you what, we are establishing the rules of the show quite early on, which is nice. So what happens when we get an accord, Dave?
Well, let's find out.
All right, so
let's see if we can remember. It's been nearly 12 months since we've recorded one of these. Alex Jones and Matt Baker have stolen a van and driven it into the sea.
Oh my.
Who would be your 4th choice pairing to replace them as presenters of The One Show? It would be...
us! Accord! Alright, left to the podium team!
So that's how this happens. We answer a question, you watch it. If you've got an answer that you want to tell us about, then put it in the comments below. If you've got any questions you want us to do in future episodes, put it in the comments below. And we'll see you on the 14th.
It's got a 4 in it.
4?
This is the 4th best of the things.